Hey, Pastor G, some of this will seem familiar because we covered this a little bit in chapel when I came on new at LCA last school year, but we're going to recap it for them. And hopefully, because they are familiar with it, they can contribute. They should all know about the first and second law of thermodynamics. One, something can't come from nothing. Scientifically, matter can neither be created nor destroyed. And then the second law of thermodynamics, entropy, everything's in a state of progression. So Big Bang Theory is debunked scientifically because of the first law, and people cannot argue that the universe itself is eternal because of entropy. If things are aging, they have a point of origin. So all of this is about point of origin. All of this is about how everything began. And because of the morality and the intelligence quotient, that things are intelligently designed, we know there has to be a designer. So Christianity's assertion that there is an eternal, nonlinear God outside of space-time who is himself both moral and intelligent is the first cause that we present from Genesis. There is no, and I really want students to hear this, there literally is no better explanation. There is no alternative. And when you talk to an atheist or a skeptic about this, they try to shift the conversation to, well, if God is real and he's good, then why all this evil? That's a different conversation. Nobody can ever contend, though, with point of origin, anything valid, anything reasonable other than God. So we want to present that. There's a lot of conjecture that just doesn't make sense, that's nonsensical, and all of that's kind of right there. You can talk through it with them. If we were here if intelligent life put us here, then where did they come from? It always backs up to the point of origin question. Hello. Okay. Can I just finish this up real fast? Tell mommy I'll call her real quick in just a minute. Okay, so there's the second law. Those pictures are from, I need to take those out. Those are from DCA. An eternal nonlinear being who is outside of space-time intelligently designed all things and set them into motion. What else you got? If you got something else, bring your cards to the table. Ex nihilo, he created it from nothing because he was always there. So the complexity, all of these are just ways to talk about the complexity. There's that great Louis Giglio message from the Passion Conference about how the fundamental building block of our DNA is laminin and it's shaped like a cross. So all of that is really cool. I put the chill bumps on there because the hair stands up on our arm when we get cold and it traps heat to keep us warm. That's just one of thousands of examples of intelligent design. There's the watchmaker analogy from William Paley, who ascertained, even with something as technology as simple as a watch that worked on gears and springs, it was designed and it had a purpose to tell time. And that was his assertion. He went from being a non-believer to a believer because he realized there had to be an intelligent mind behind this. So is there evidence for a creator? Absolutely. Every time we walk out our door, oxygen, the trees produce oxygen, the animals know what to do in the various seasons. We could go on and on and on. And the Bible tells us that man is without excuse from what has been made. He needs to look at what has been made and realize there's a God. And then it's our job to, Jeremiah 29:13, seek him and find him when we seek him with all of our heart. The Bible itself is an evidence for creation. We'll be talking about, written over 1,500 years by over 40 authors, 66 books that tell one narrative, 48 prophecies fulfilled by Jesus alone. We'll be going through all of that with them. There's that. C.S. Lewis, liar, lunatic, or Lord. There's no evidence that he was a liar. There's no evidence that Jesus was a lunatic, but there is a metric ton of evidence that he is who he says he is. Are there any other credible messianic figures? That's the question. Is there any other like Jesus that claim to be God in the flesh? And there's evidence to support that they were, and there are none. There's zero in history. There are zero contenders to messianic validity outside of Jesus Christ. He's the only one. So that's pretty awesome. And if there is no God, we still have all the questions. What's our point of origin? What are the answers to these questions? Why did the Bible come to us? Why do we have Jesus in history? If it's not the God of the Bible, then why do those things exist?